Hey everybody, welcome back to Semi Stories. Today I got another couple great stories from r/MIDA-hole, starting with OP, who chose a spicy comeback to his sister insulting their little brother. We had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, who is 29, my younger sister, who is 24, and my youngest brother, who is 22. The extended family attended our family dinner, so all of our significant others, cousins, aunts, and uncles were in attendance. During the dinner, my elder sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until that point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying that everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me, as my brother definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows, it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this, amazingly. I genuinely assumed that he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying my sister misled him about her past. Now my family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone, and all I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Personally, I think that both OP and his sister are a-holes in this regard. I think OP a little bit less. The brother definitely didn't deserve to be ridiculed like this over something that is actually quite normal, and I'm glad that OP stood up for him. But OP shouldn't have said something like that to his sister, because stooping to her level is not the way to go. In our next story, OP is wondering if he's the a-hole for not taking down a wedding video that was actually a gift from his best man. I have a sister that is 6 years older than me. My parents for years have cancelled on me last minute because of my sister. I have a basketball game. Oops, sorry, sister doesn't feel like going out. I'm graduating. Oops, sister had a bad day at work. They have missed both major and smaller events in my life because of her meltdowns. I met the love of my life. We decided to tie the knot. From the beginning, I told my parents how I am worried my sister will ruin another special moment in my life. My mother told me over and over again that it would not happen. On the day of my wedding, I received a voicemail from my mom saying that they couldn't come because my sister's dog was sick and she was upset. I was hurt, devastated. My best man, however, is a jokester. He took my phone and then went to my fiancée and asked if he could post a video of our wedding as a gift on social media. She loved this idea. I had no idea about it until I came home. Our honeymoon was at a lakeside cabin, so we had no cell service. The caption on the post was as followed: "My best friend. He is an amazing person, even if his parents never showed up for him." The video was still pictures of us next to her parents, me on the dance floor, cutting the cake, where you would normally see both parents in the wedding pictures. The sound behind the video was my mom's voicemail explaining how they couldn't come because my sister's dog was sick. I came home a week later to hundreds of messages, family members from both sides insisting I take it down. I was told my sister hasn't stopped crying. My mom is refusing to leave the house. Listen, maybe I'm the A here. I didn't take it down when I got the messages, and I didn't call my family back right away. I waited until my vacation time was over at work and enjoyed my time with my wife in our new home before I contacted anyone. My dad told me to take the video down. It was just a bad night for them, that they will make it up to me and my wife for not coming. My reply was exactly, "How do you plan to make up my wedding?" It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You chose to ignore my feelings on the whole matter. Then he just repeated he will make it up to me. I told him I would take down the video only when he made up missing my wedding. Flustered, we both hang up the phone before we both said things we shouldn't have. Am I the a-hole here? I could have just taken down the video. Hell nah, OP should certainly leave the video up for all to see. What a scummy behavior from the parents to use such a lame excuse as to not go to the wedding. The sister is clearly just doing these things for attention at this point, and the parents deserve the hate for feeding this behavior. Also, OP's best man is an absolutely awesome guy, and I 100% respect him for outing the truth like this by using their own words. I hope OP is happy with his wife and he gets to have someone that truly loves him and will actually show up for his events. In his next story, OP is wondering if they are the a-hole for telling their friend the baby is the reason they don't want to hang out. One of my friends, Anna, 24 female, had a baby around 6 months ago. Our friend group is otherwise childless. All of us used to hang out a lot before the baby was born. The baby changed the dynamics because Anna wanted to bring the baby everywhere with her and it's a baby. We tried to plan things around the baby to include Anna, but it always ended up badly. We shouldn't drink because Anna can't drink, we shouldn't be loud because the baby needs to sleep, etc. The icing on the cake is her baby is extremely fussy and cries all the time. It was just a downer for the rest of us, so we started hanging out without Anna and her baby. Last weekend, all of us went on a staycation. We had a great time and posted photos and videos on Instagram. Anna saw these and called me to ask why I did not ask her to come with. I tried telling her it was a last-minute plan and we could only find a child-free resort so as to not hurt her feelings. She called my bluff, sending me pictures of some random family that had posted with kids at the resort. She kept forcing me and eventually I told her that we didn't want to hang out with her baby. She then asked how could I even say that about her baby. I asked her to leave it at that, but she wouldn't. I finally told her it's a baby and we are all young. We don't want to live our life around a baby she chose to have. That we get to do adult stuff and party all we wanted. Her baby is the only reason she wasn't invited. If she left the baby at home, she can come too. She got really pissed off at me and called me an a-hole. She also sent a text in group chat saying she is disappointed in all of us for excluding her just because she is a mom. Half of our friend group thinks I should not have told her the real reason and is mad at me. The other half thinks that she is unreasonable. Am I the a-hole for not telling her the truth? OP is definitely not the a-hole. They tried to let down Anna easy, but she kept pushing for a reason. Because deep down, she also knows why they wouldn't want her to go with. Now, I don't know the circumstances around this child, but it really sounds like she wouldn't even make an effort to get a sitter for the baby. OP did explain later that Anna doesn't really have any other friends and her family lives in a different country. Her boyfriend works to support them but can't/won't take care of the baby himself. Anna also does not trust babysitters. I think that this does explain the situation a bit better, but I still personally agree with the sentiment of them being young and wanting to have fun without a screeching harpy ruining a dinner. Either trust a babysitter or find friends that are more into parenthood as well. I am really curious about what you guys think about this story. Is she the a-hole or not? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. In this next story, OP is wondering if he is the a-hole for not wanting to spoil his stepkids. I have a 14-year-old daughter from a previous relationship, and my wife has 2 sons from her previous relationship. They are 16 and 13 years old. I had a vasectomy after my daughter to make sure I won't have any other kids. I spoil my daughter however I can. This includes brand clothes, expensive schools, and the best electronics, and before anyone decides that my daughter is a brat, I should say that she is an extremely well-behaved kid. The problem is my wife and her ex can't afford the same for their sons, and they are angry that our kids have completely different living situations while living at the same house. My wife thinks I should be spoiling her sons too, but I can't afford it, so I told her that it's not my problem and they have 2 parents who should be spoiling them. Does this make me the a-hole? Personally, I think OP is actually a massive a-hole for this, but not in the way you probably think. Yes, spoiling your kid is never a good idea no matter how well behaved they are. Sure, reward the behavior with a nice thing now and then, but don't spoil them to the point they won't have to work for their niceties, because that removes the incentive to work hard and creates a lazy kid. What the real crime here is, and what makes me mad at OP, is he chose to marry this woman when he had zero intention of treating her kids as an actual member of his family. I think it's alright to not want to be a step-parent, but then don't accept this role. That is exactly what makes him an a-hole. Now, OP did respond to similar criticism with the following edit. I've been thinking about your comments and I think you're right. I can't treat kids that live under the same roof differently. So I asked my wife to move out of my home for now. We will try counseling and see where that goes, but if I have to choose between her and my daughter, it's always going to be my daughter. She is not happy as she has a low-paying job and moving out means downgrading their lives. Now I had hoped that this edit contained some clarity from OP, but he still does not get it and it annoys me to no end. It is good he's taking steps to try and improve himself with his wife, but it was never about his wife versus his daughter. It's about, instead of investing copious amounts of money into your daughter, try at least sometimes to include the kids. Kicking her out at this slight inconvenience and then punishing them for something OP clearly did wrong is absolutely messed up, and I hope that his wife finds someone better. Now that that hot take is out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, it would really help out the channel a lot, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!